Wholeness, 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 YouTube. Happy now. All is now. Happy Saturn Day. Okay? And you are now tuning into the mind of an alginib moon. Okay? And it makes me so let's say I'm satisfied, and I am, let's say with this clarity that I now have, knowing, always having that inner knowing, my intuition, always knowing that truly the essence, yes, my physical vessel is here on earth. Yes, I incarnated here on earth. But my soul, my spirit, aka my space, is not from here. Okay? It's foreign from earth. So my spirit is not from earth. And now, on my journey, being on my spiritual path, knowing myself as I analyze myself a lot more, and now that I have pinpointed where I come from, looking up at the heavens, it's just this confirmation makes me a lot, more comfortable inside to know for sure, like I say, I resided on a 4th, 5th, 6th dimensional perception. And it's like now, for sure, I know that it's like my spirit is most definitely not from here, not from earth, okay? So, yeah, that makes me a lot more, comfortable. And in this spirit talk, I like to share an experience I had with this plant, a plant called the Datura plant. Okay? So in one of my videos, I stated that I haven't really done psychedelics, and I don't do psychedelics. I haven't even done mushrooms yet, and depending on my state of being, I don't even know if I'm gonna do it. But what you're seeking, at least with those psychedelics, I see them as beings themselves. Okay, so these are actual beings, these psychedelics, and I don't really, like these mushrooms, these LSD. I've never really done, it's only just the herb. I call it herb. That's the only thing that I ever indulge into. I don't call it weed. I call it herb, because I recently discovered it was put here from the Sirius star. Okay, so if you don't know what the Sirius star is, if you look up in the heavens, you can find that as well. Okay, so yeah, I come from alginib. Okay, 7:11 a.m. It would be rising from my east, okay, which would be that way in my rotation. So I said I was gonna share like an experience in this spirit talk. So when I was in Mexico. So I was in Mexico. This is now going back in time in my now. Okay? So when I was in Mexico with a group of beings, group of star beings, beings that aren't necessarily from here like me as well. Group of star beings. And yeah, you could say we all basically are in the same astral travel spiritually, and we just manifested each other physically, but we're all riding the same astral travel, or in that we were in that same area. But when I was in Mexico, I sort of I know I said I've never done like a common psychedelic, but I never really, let's say, if you know about the datura plants, if you're watching this, I would like you to look up the datura plants. But the datura plant is similar to a psychedelic in a way. Okay, so I had this experience with the datura plants. Okay, so like I say, everything in this physical, in this earth realm has some sort of life. Okay, these trees that I'm looking at, these are actual beings. Okay, like I say, trees are the greatest teachers. And when I say that, that's from my perception. It's just like, yeah, they're teaching me, how they stand through all the seasons. But yet, do I want to pick up a vessel, a tree body? I do not want to incarnate into a tree vessel in this incarnation. Hence why I do not really put much of my, have much emotional attachment to them in the first place anyways, So, yeah, it's just like, when people say, oh, they chopping down the trees and shit, and it just is what it is. Okay, yes, these trees on a left brain perspective allow me to breathe. However, I look at them as an example for, okay, the spirits in these trees. How did you fucking pick up this tree body? Why are you stuck? And I don't want to end up like that. Okay, I don't want to come back to earth being stuck in a tree. I don't want to come back to earth as a tree. Okay, I want to ascend. So I do not put much of my emotional anything of this earth realm. I do not have much emotional attachment to it. With my moon in the 8th house, I'm naturally detached. Okay, and Saturn is also here in the 8th house as well for me. So I'm also learning and placing limitations and boundaries in this detachment realm. Okay, so I went somewhere else, but now I was speaking on the datura plants. Okay, so the experience I had with the datura plants, it's just like, so it was with a shaman, a professional shaman. Okay, this shaman, we were just walking, just having our experience. Okay, and we met this shaman who usually charge people for ceremonies, but us being high vibrational beings, we were able to, have that energy exchange, and he felt our energy, and he knew most definitely we were, more than the mundane 3D being. So, he was just like, fuck it, we can just have like a ceremony for free in this datura, with this datura plant, So the datura plants, he had cultivated it. It was like a brown liquid. He called it the Maui. Okay, so we drank that, and that would like settle in the stomach. And after that, he like squeezed the datura plant into another cup, which sort of looked like wine, and we all had our own individual experience. Okay, so from my experience, okay, so now I'm putting, because I've had the right brain experience, and now I'm in tune with astronomy, as above, so below. Everything you see on this earth realm, you can look up and find it. If you look at the star constellation Canis Major, it's the shape of a dog. So any dog that you see on this earth realm comes from Canis Major. Okay? So I went somewhere else there. So basically, my experience with it, during my experience, the main highlight of my experience was, I was not just under the influence of this datura plant, and this datura plant using me as a rag doll and taking me where it wanted to take me. I was working with this datura plant, and I was communicating telepathically, with my yin body, my soul body, with this datura plant, asking it questions like, I asked this datura plant to take me somewhere only I knew, and it took me to a blue planet. Okay, and now that I know this blue planet, and I've identified this blue planet to be Al-Janib, I had that experience. And now that I correlate it with my left brain and giving it the shape definition, aka the square 360, it's just like I'm at peace. I can, truly be wise in silence. Be wise in silence. Be wise, just knowing that, for real, I'm not from here. And, for real, I'm not from Earth. I'm not from this Earth realm, okay? And I'm proud to say that, okay? So, and me and the soul group, we out this bitch, so just make it plain and simple. We out this bitch. We're not coming back here, so first, they're signing out. Catch you next now.